What's up, folks? Made one of these the last couple of days and everybody seemed to like it, so I'm going to do a how-to video. These are the jig heads I'm using. They're Arky jigs, 10-pack, 1/8 ounce. Out of the pack, they look like that. I cut the collar off and I file the edges, clean them up. They look like that. They've got a flat bottom, so they sit real good on the bottom of whatever you're fishing. So I did this in a watermelon flake, I think. It's either that or copperhead, I can't remember. I'll get you a thread base, and you're going to go past the point of the hook on these. There is a lot of steps in this little jig, but it's kind of neat to make. I needed to make something different. I get kind of bored tying the same thing. So the other night I just said, let's make a crawdad jig. And this is what I came up with. All right. I got a bunch of V feathers cut into V's. I'm going to get about 4 or 5 of those. Stack them. And I guess this is supposed to represent like the little antenna that come out in the front. You're gonna flip it over, and I'm gonna do about 4 more. Trim out any loose hairs I got. All right. This is Eagle Claw, 80-pound fishing line from Walmart. You can get them for $3.47 for 190 yards. Gonna cut a piece off, I don't know, 3-4 inches long. Fold it over, cut it in half. Get you a lighter. And that's going to be one of the little eyeballs that pokes out of the back. And I'm also doing this to help build the body. And just kind of eyeball it. You want it sticking out just a little past those feathers. About right there. And I'm going to go down the whole shank of this hook. Got a net in here that's right in my face. That's one. It's really not a hard jig to tie. There's just a lot of steps to it. And unfortunately, you will use a lot of thread. All right, now I'm going to take 2 silly legs. I'm doing fluorescent green with red flakes on this one. I'm going to tie that in. All right. Let's see, let's go all the way back up to the head. This little part right here is probably the hardest part to me anyway. And you don't have to do this. I'm going to get some more feathers cut into V's. I'm going to put it on the head of the jig to simulate the tail. This is a pain in the butt to me. Oh, there's maybe 5 or 6 V's right there. Well, like I said, you don't have to do this. It just kind of looks neat. I thought, why not? All right. In the comments, I said this was rabbit hair, but when I got to looking at it, this is squirrel zonkers. I cut them maybe 2.5 inches long. Peel the fur off about 1/4 inch. And now we're gonna tie these in. And I'm gonna super glue these in before I tie them, just for a little added strength. Get them where I want them. And these are gonna represent your claws on the crawdad. All right, that's one side. And I can't wait to try these. I think they're gonna work good, but right now, I'm in, it's so stinking hot down here. I'm in Alabama, about 25 miles south of Birmingham. And we're already in the low 90s with 100% humidity, and it's been raining every day. And it is like a steam bath outside after 8:30 in the morning, to where I don't even want to go fishing. It's so hot. But I hope they'll work. I think they'll work pretty good. This is a grizzly half saddle fluorescent chartreuse feather, trim off about 1/2 inch, and we're going to tie this in because we're going to palmer this over the chenille after we get it on. Go back up to the head. And I'm using variegated medium black and yellow chenille for this one. And hopefully somebody will watch this and maybe add something to this. I'm open for anybody to add a new technique to it. I was just playing around the other night and this is what I came up with. I am going to super glue this thread and the chenille down just for a little strength. And like I said, I love tying crappie jigs, but I get bored with them after a while, and I have to try something different, and this is kind of what I came up with. This is tying jigs is my therapy when I get home from work. I want to unwind. This is what I do. I don't sell my jigs. I fish with them. I give them to a lot of guys at work. You know, if I ever meet you and you wanted some jigs, I'll be more than happy to give you some. All right, so now we're going to palmer this. Oop, I'm going the wrong way. Super glue my line. Flip finish. And rabbit zonkers would work on this. The fur's just going to be a little bit longer, and you can always trim that. And it might look better with long ones. I might try it with some rabbit zonkers. I have some somewhere. Do 2 whip finishes. And I do add just a dab of glue on this thread. And that's pretty much it, guys. I did trim some of these feathers right here. I found that it looks a little bit better when you trim it down. It's not as bulky. And again, that's up to, you know, the person tying it, the person using it. But me personally, I like it trimmed down just a tad. But anyway, you get the idea. It's not a hard jig to tie. It's actually kind of fun, and I think it's going to be dynamite in creeks and rivers. I wish we had smallmouth down here. We don't. We have northern Alabama, we have some smallmouth, but we do have a lot of spotted bass, and they're pretty fun to catch. They're mean. They put up awesome fights. And I'm still working on an idea on how to make this weedless. If I finally figure it out, I'll do another video. But there it is. There's the little crawdad. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this helps up some folks out on how to tie this. Anyway, appreciate it. Tight lines. See ya.